今日もお付き合いいただきありがとうございます。今日の主なニュースを英語でお送りします。
Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi announced on March 25th that Iran is not negotiating with the United States to end the war with the U.S. and Israel and has no intention to. This statement contradicts a U.S. White House spokesperson's earlier comment that talks were ongoing and productive.
Western allies face challenges protecting the Strait of Hormuz, a vital energy route due to Iran's threat. Failures in the Red Sea against Houthi rebels cast a shadow. Iran, a stronger adversary, effectively blocks the strait, disrupting global oil and LNG supplies and surging prices. Experts warn protection efforts will be difficult.
The government plans to approve and submit the provisional budget bill for the new fiscal year to the Diet on March 27th. Following this, ruling and opposition parties have agreed to hold a House of Representatives plenary session on March 30th and vote on the bill, assuming its committee passage and urgent submission.
A former nursery teacher was sentenced to 2 years imprisonment, suspended for 4 years on March 26th. The Tagawa branch of Fukuoka District Court found her guilty of assaulting 9 children at a nursery in Tagawa City, Fukuoka Prefecture, in the summer of 2025. She faced 30 counts of assault.
On March 26th, Daihatsu announced a recall of 405,963 vehicles across 5 models, including Move and Wake. The recall, submitted to the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure, Transport, and Tourism, is due to defects in the brake system. Affected vehicles were manufactured from September 2016 to June 2023.
The government began releasing national oil reserves on March 26th. This, combined with private sector reserves, marks the largest oil release in history. The aim is to ensure a stable supply. This significant action utilizes both national and private stockpiles to meet demand.
A California court jury ordered U.S. tech giants Meta and Google to pay approximately 950 million yen in damages. This ruling came in a lawsuit filed by a woman who claimed she developed social media addiction as a child. She argued the companies operating these services were responsible.
Meteorologist Yuma Matsuura warns April could bring record-high temperatures based on the March 26th one-month forecast. He predicts considerably high temperatures with a high probability of record highs. Eastern and western Japan are also expected to receive more rain, easing current water shortages.
A lawsuit concerning the bullying and suicide of a junior high school girl in旭川, Hokkaido, has been settled. The city agreed to pay 70 million yen. The family of Saya Hiroshi, found frozen to death in March 2021, filed the suit. The city admitted deficiencies in bullying prevention measures.
On March 26th, prosecutors demanded a 1.5 million yen fine for former Upper House member Yasumasa Ono and 500,000 yen for his former secretary. They are charged with false reporting in the LDP's former Abe faction slush fund scandal. The defense claims innocence, with the verdict expected on June 23.
次は社会のニュースです。
A 23-year-old ground self-defense force officer was arrested for entering the Chinese embassy in Tokyo with a knife on March 24th. He reportedly stated he wanted China to curb strong statements against Japan and intended to commit suicide if the ambassador rejected his views. His parents expressed confusion, saying he showed no signs of distress.
The family of a former advisor for Okawara Kakoki, who died in detention after a cancer diagnosis during a false accusation case, plans to sue the state. They argue that the judge's decision to continue his detention was illegal, given the significant risk to his life. The family seeks accountability for the judgment.
In the Liberal Democratic Party's slush fund scandal, prosecutors sought a 1.5 million yen fine for former lawmaker Yasumasa Ono and 500,000 yen for his former secretary. They are accused of not reporting 51.54 million yen in party ticket revenue. Ono maintains his innocence. The verdict is scheduled for June 23.
The operating company of North Safari Sapporo Zoo and its former president were referred to prosecutors for illegal construction. They allegedly built animal enclosures without permission in a restricted development area since before the zoo's 2005 opening. The zoo closed last September. Sapporo City issued a demolition order for the now 150 illegal structures.
A 60-year-old woman was referred to prosecutors for illegally reselling Takarazuka review tickets. She allegedly bought 3 tickets for about 27,000 yen and resold them online for 161,000 yen, 6 times the original price. She admitted to making about 2.84 million yen profit from reselling 85 tickets to cover her own show expenses.
A harassment survey in Fukui Prefecture revealed 262 staff members reported current harassment. This includes allegations against Vice Governor Nakamura. The survey follows the former governor's resignation due to sexual harassment. Vice Governor Nakamura is also set to resign on March 31. The full prefecture investigation continues.
More than 2 years after the Noto Peninsula earthquake, full-scale reconstruction work began on March 26 in the Azaichi Street area of Wajima, Ishikawa Prefecture. This district was heavily damaged by a large-scale fire during the earthquake. The commencement of these works marks a significant step towards recovery.
The government began releasing national oil reserves on March 26, prompted by rising tensions in Iran. Approximately 53 million barrels, equivalent to a 30-day supply, will be released sequentially from 11 national bases. This measure, combined with private reserves, aims to stabilize domestic oil supply.
With the new fiscal year's main budget bill unlikely to pass on time, the government plans to approve and submit a provisional budget bill to the Diet tomorrow, March 27th. The general account for this temporary budget is expected to be around 8.6 trillion yen, ensuring operations continue without disruption.
Wakayama Prefecture has revised its Nankai Trough mega-earthquake tsunami forecast, published on March 25th. Based on new scientific data, tsunami arrival times for parts of Kushimoto Town are now predicted to be 2 minutes faster, with the shortest arrival time possibly as quick as 1 minute.
次はビジネス関連のニュースです。
Japan's government plans to approve a provisional budget of 8.6 trillion yen on March 27th. This budget covers early April expenses, including the new policy to make high school tuition and elementary school lunches free. Although unusual for a provisional budget, this measure aims to prevent disruption to daily life.
Daihatsu is recalling over 400,000 vehicles across 5 models, including the Move and Wake. The recall, announced on March 26th, affects cars made from September 2016 to June 2023. This action is due to a defect found in the brake system of these vehicles.
Japan's government began releasing national oil reserves on March 26th. Approximately 1 month's supply, about 53 million barrels, will go to 4 major oil refiners. This action, the second since 2022, aims to secure crude oil supply amidst a de facto blockade of the Strait of Hormuz, impacting Middle Eastern shipments.
The de facto blockade of the Strait of Hormuz is causing fertilizer prices to rise, risking a resurgence of food inflation in Japan. This could impact household budgets despite recent wage increases. As Japan relies on imported fertilizers, prolonged Middle East tensions are expected to increase both international food prices and domestic agricultural production costs.
Amazon has postponed changes to its delivery drivers' pay rates. The company originally planned to implement them on April 5th. However, facing strong objections from many drivers who called the changes one-sided and potentially leading to reduced earnings, Amazon decided to delay the implementation by nearly 2 months.
Liberal Democratic Party Policy Research Council Chairperson Kobayashi proposed enacting a new law to penalize acts of damaging Japan's national flag. He stated that rather than amending existing laws, a new legal framework is preferable. Kobayashi also suggested that this new law should include specific penalty provisions.
Education Minister Matsumoto apologized to the House of Councilors Committee on Education, Culture, and Science following reports of an extramarital affair. He expressed his commitment to regaining public trust and fulfilling his duties. This statement came amidst discussions about his conduct and its potential impact on his official responsibilities.
Ruling and opposition parties have agreed to deliberate and vote on the provisional budget bill in the House of Representatives on March 30th. The bill is expected to be immediately brought to a plenary session on the same day, where it is anticipated to pass and clear the House.
The Tokyo Stock Exchange closed down 145 yen 97 sen at 53,603 yen 65 sen. During morning trading, the market initially rose over 400 yen before reversing. It temporarily recovered above 54,000 yen, but later experienced a sharp drop, falling over 500 yen at one point.
Sony Group and Honda have decided to halt the joint development of their electric vehicle, Afeet Leia. The official announcement is expected at 6 p.m. today. This decision comes as the EV market faces significant challenges, leading the collaboration between the two major companies to falter.
では、スポーツニュースをお伝えします。
During the Senbatsu High School baseball tournament on March 26th, Aime's Yusei Enomoto was hit in the head by a pitch. He was taken off on a stretcher, causing a temporary stir. However, he returned to play defense in the bottom of the fourth inning, receiving applause. The broadcast did not show a replay, likely out of concern for the player.
In the first game of the 8th day of the Senbatsu High School baseball tournament, Yamanashi Gakuen defeated Ogaki Nichidai High School of Gifu 3-1. This comeback win sends Yamanashi Gakuen to the quarterfinals for the first time in 2 years. Captain Haruki Komoda, known for his pitching and hitting, was a key player.
The Senbatsu High School baseball game between Senshu Matsudo and Kyushu Kokusai University affiliated was postponed from March 25 to March 26 due to rain. It is now scheduled as the fourth game on March 26, expected to start at 4 p.m. The first game on March 26 will begin earlier at 8:30 a.m.
In the third game of the 8th day of the Senbatsu High School baseball tournament, Osaka Toin High School defeated Mie High School 6-5. The game was a close match, extending to 10 extra innings with a tiebreak. With this victory, Osaka Toin High School has advanced to the quarterfinals.
Hanasaki Tokuharu High School of Saitama achieved a dominant 17-0 victory over Nihon Bunri High School of Niigata on Day 7 of the Senbatsu High School baseball tournament. Their strong pitching and hitting, even in the rain, secured their spot in the quarterfinals. This is their first quarterfinal appearance since 2003.
In the first game of the 7th day of the Senbatsu High School baseball tournament, Chiban Gakuen of Nara narrowly defeated Kamimura Gakuen of Kagoshima 2-1. The intense match went to 10 extra innings with a tiebreak. Chiban Gakuen's victory secures their advancement to the quarterfinals.
The Dodgers and Uniqlo announced their partnership details at Dodger Stadium on March 25th. Uniqlo is now a top sponsor, gaining exclusive marketing rights. The field will be named Uniqlo Field at Dodger Stadium. Dodgers president Stan Kasten emphasized shared values and a mutual commitment to excellence.
Japan's national soccer team, currently on tour in the UK, practiced tactical formations on March 25th. They focused on offensive plays in preparation for upcoming warm-up matches. These drills are part of their preparations for the World Cup, which is set to kick off this June.
The Padres announced their opening day roster on March 25th. Pitcher Yu Darvish has been placed on the restricted list and is expected to miss the entire season due to right elbow Tommy John surgery. Fellow pitcher Yuki Matsui will also start the season on the injured list.
The World Figure Skating Championships have started in the Czech Republic. In the women's singles short program, Kaori Sakamoto achieved her season's best score, taking the top spot. This competition is significant as it marks Sakamoto's final performance before her retirement.
続いて、国際ニュースです。
Iran has rejected a U.S. proposal to end hostilities, presenting 5 conditions, including halting aggression and assassinations. State media reported this on March 25th, indicating a significant difference from the U.S. ceasefire plan. This suggests that negotiations between the two sides are expected to be difficult.
President Trump stated on March 25 that Iran badly wants a deal, following reports of the U.S. sending a 15-point plan to end hostilities. However, Iran's Foreign Minister Araghchi denied any ongoing discussions. This highlights a clear divergence in statements regarding potential talks between the two nations.
The White House announced that the U.S.-China summit has been rescheduled for May 14th and 15th. The meeting was previously postponed due to military operations in Iran. President Trump expressed his sincere anticipation for the talks with President Xi Jinping.
A Russian presidential official reported that the United States explained the details of its recent talks with Ukraine regarding a peace plan with Russia. Following this, adjustments are now underway to resume trilateral high-level discussions involving Russia, Ukraine, and the U.S. This aims to advance diplomatic efforts toward a resolution.
A California jury has ordered U.S. IT giants Meta and Google to pay approximately 950 million yen, or about $6.3 million in damages. This ruling came in a lawsuit filed by a woman who claimed the companies were responsible for her social media addiction during her childhood.
China has announced a new long-term care insurance system, effective March 25, to address its rapidly aging population. It aims to reduce family care burdens and strengthen social security. The system will provide basic care, medical services, or financial support for individuals with disabilities lasting over 6 months. A unified national system is targeted within 3 years.
A U.S. Transportation Security Administration official warned on March 25th that ongoing airport security chaos could impact the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Staff shortages caused by lapsed budgets and over 1,500 officers leaving are leading to hours-long waits at some airports. With up to 10 million more passengers expected for the World Cup, the situation is deemed serious.
Belarus and North Korea have signed a friendship and cooperation treaty. The Belarusian presidential office announced on March 26 that President Lukashenko met with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un in Pyongyang to formalize the agreement. This move is seen as a counter to sanctions imposed by the United States and European nations on both countries.
Chief Cabinet Secretary Kihara clarified that Japan's understanding of Taiwan is consistent with that of the United States. This statement addresses the differing mentions of Taiwan in the respective announcements following the recent Japan-US summit. Kihara emphasized that despite textual variations, both nations share the same recognition regarding Taiwan.
The UN General Assembly adopted a resolution on March 25th with 123 votes in favor, calling 15th-19th century slave trade and slavery crimes against humanity. It urges dialogue for reparations and apologies, a move experts call historic. The U.S., Israel, and Argentina opposed the resolution, while 52 nations, including Japan and Europe, abstain.
続いて、文化・芸能ニュースをお伝えします。
The WBC game between Japan and Australia, exclusively streamed by Netflix, attracted 17.9 million viewers in Japan. This marks the highest viewership for any Netflix content in the country, including movies and anime. Other Japanese games also drew large audiences, with the Korea game at 17.86 million viewers.
Shogi master Sota Fuji, holding 6 titles, successfully defended his Osho title for the 5th consecutive year. He won the 75th Osho match with a 4-3 score against Takuya Nagase 9-dan. Fuji made a dramatic comeback, winning 3 straight games after being down 1-3, a rare feat in shogi history.
Da-yoon, a member of the popular K-pop group Twice, has announced a temporary suspension of her activities. The report indicates this is a temporary measure, though specific reasons or the duration of the suspension were not detailed. Fans are awaiting further updates on her return.
Netflix has announced a sequel to its live-action City Hunter movie titled City Hunter 2. The film, starring Ryohei Suzuki as Ryo Saeba, will be exclusively streamed worldwide on Netflix in 2027. Misato Morita and Fumino Kimura will also return to their roles.
The 5th live-action Kingdom movie, Kingdom: The Battle of Souls, opening July 17th, has revealed new cast members. Kenji Sakaguchi will play Kenki, Jun Shiizon will be Muten, and Fuju Kamio will portray Uhon. 7 new actors join the cast for the highly anticipated film.
The 8th Onoe Kikugoro, a kabuki actor, held a press conference discussing his succession to the prestigious name. He stated his role is to carry the souls and responsibilities of predecessors, adapting expressions for modern audiences while preserving the art's spirit. His son, the 6th Onoe Kikunosuke, also attended.
Fukushima Prefecture will stop using the name Tokyo Section, a virtual department that collaborated with the popular group Tokyo. This decision follows the group's disbandment last June. However, the prefecture confirmed that cooperation with former members Shigeru Joshima and Masahiro Matsuoka will continue for Fukushima's recovery efforts.
The Okada Museum in Hakone will temporarily close from April 1 to May 30th. This closure is for returning artworks requested by a Hong Kong company, Okada Garen Koei Limited, from which they were borrowed. Last November, a Utamaro painting from the museum was sold at auction for about 1.1 billion yen.
A survey revealed Amaken is the most wanted Azadora NHK morning drama for a sequel. The drama, which famously created a popular buzzword, topped the ranking. Other popular dramas like Hiyoko and Come Everybody also received strong interest for continuations, highlighting fans' desire for more stories.
A documentary film, Bunin, The Silence and Rebirth of a Genius Pianist, is now showing. It tells the story of Stanislav Bunin, the 1985 Chopin competition winner, and his return to the stage after a 9-year hiatus. The film details how he overcame left-hand paralysis and a leg injury driven by his passion for music.
今日のニュースは以上です。最後までお付き合いいただき、ありがとうございました。おやすみなさい。